So it's day one of the 2015 Web Summit here at the RDS in Dublin, and I'm joined by co-founder and chief executive of the Web Summit, Paddy Cosgrave. Paddy, what have you got in store for delegates this year?
There's just so many different speakers. We've got 21 different summits. The founders of Pixar, Tinder, and lots more are speaking, and there are a tremendous number of Irish startups exhibiting.
And there are people coming from all over the world for this.
There's attendees from 134 countries. Most of them have made it here. I know a lot of people were held in Heathrow with fog, but the weather is fantastic, and last night people just had an incredible time out in Dublin.
And you're also holding a couple of free events as well, open to the public.
Yes, so tonight we have a schools event for 5,000 school children. Last night we had a community event, and tomorrow night we have a free event for college students.
I noticed walking around yesterday there's a large delegation from Lisbon here having a look and seeing how it's all going. That they're obviously taking a keen interest on planning for next year.
Yeah, there's some ministers here and the mayor of Lisbon, but there's also ministers from many other countries as well, large and small, from France all the way down to Kosovo.
I think the issues around your moving have been well rehearsed and well thrashed out at this stage, but I guess can I ask you, at this stage, do you have any regrets about A, the move, and B, the circumstances under which all the conversation between yourselves and the government came out last month?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately the Web Summit is just too big for the city. We certainly hope to come back here in the future with smaller events, and it's an absolutely fantastic city, and you can just see how much fun people had out and about in the streets of Dublin last night, and they'll have the same tomorrow night. It is a fantastic city. It's my home. It's the home for our company, for almost 150 staff. And we absolutely hope to do things here in the future.
Do you think that yourselves and everybody else involved could have handled these circumstances better, though, so that you'd be leaving under slightly better conditions or circumstances?
You know, I think it's hard to have a good breakup, and it's always unfortunate. It's sad to leave your hometown. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still an Irish company. I hope that it continues to be even just a small Irish success story, at least for all of the people that now work for us. And we'll carry the Irish flag no matter where we go in the world.
Talk to me about some of the issues, I suppose, that you raised in that correspondence as regards this year. Are you happy enough the traffic is going to flow well around the RDS over the coming few days?
Yeah, well, I came in at about 7 a.m. and there were absolutely no problems. There's signage up around the perimeter to the venue, and we've advised all our delegates to walk to and from the city centre to the RDS each day, so we're optimistic.
And what about the Wi-Fi? It's holding up so far, I think?
Yeah, the Wi-Fi is holding up so far. They're doing a great job, and hopefully that's the case when we talk again in 2 or 3 days.
Are you happy enough with the hotel situation this year? Any signs of price gouging in the run-up to the event?
So Airbnb have been absolutely fantastic. So many of my friends have put up rooms and their entire apartments for the 3 and 4 days of the Web Summit, and combined with the hotel inventory in the city and hostels, there's now more hostels than ever before, and I think it's worked out better than we expected.
I know in recent years you've tried hard to increase the number of female speakers you have at the event and also the number of female attendees. How have you done this year? Any improvement on that front? Obviously it's a difficult thing to do.
Well, it's interesting that you asked. This morning we've just launched a campaign to invite 10,000 female entrepreneurs for free to our various conferences around the world. So whilst Web Summit was our first conference, what most people don't realise is we've now got conferences across 3 different continents, all growing faster than the Web Summit ever grew, and we're making a commitment today to invite 10,000 female entrepreneurs to those events absolutely free as our guests, to try and address an issue that has existed in tech and continues to exist in the technology sector, which is female participation.
What about this issue of the Taoiseach and an invitation for him? Obviously an invitation went out on Friday, which some people interpret as being very late to ask a head of a country to come and attend an event 4 or 5 days later. Could that have been handled better?
He was initially invited in May. On Friday we invited every TD, every senator, every minister. There are ministers from countries all over Europe in attendance today. They were never invited. They made it their business to be here. The Taoiseach was never formally invited in years past. It's unfortunate that he can't make it. He's obviously very, very busy. But at the end of the day, there are major issues that are facing this country, and the Web Summit it's just a small priority at the end of the day.
On tomorrow night you have the closing bell of the NASDAQ. In previous years you've had the opening bell of the NASDAQ. Can you tell us a bit about what's going to happen tomorrow evening?
Yeah, so it's very exciting. It's for Careers Night, so that brings college students to the venue, and I really felt that we've put very, very, very few companies in Ireland have gone public over the last number of years. We had some fantastic success stories in the 1990s, like Chris Horn's Iona. But since then, we just haven't had many success stories and that have got to the scale of going public. And we talked with NASDAQ and we just said, look, wouldn't it be great if we had 5,500 college students at the ringing of the NASDAQ bell, and maybe one day some of those students in that audience will get to ring it to bring their companies public. So it's more symbolic than anything else, and I just think I think it's a good thing to do for 19, 20, 21-year-olds who are trying to consider what they will do in life. And I think this country produces some great entrepreneurs. We just need more great entrepreneurs.
Anything in particular, or anyone in particular that you're most excited about this year in terms of speakers or events or whatever going on?
Personally, our closing speaker is the founder of Pixar, and I've always loved cartoons. I love the Pixar movies, from Toy Story in the mid 1990s to The Incredibles. And he's speaking on Thursday. He inspired Steve Jobs. He wrote a book recently that Mark Zuckerberg highly recommended. And I just think he's a very thoughtful, insightful person that's really changed the face of an industry.
Finally, it is your last time in Dublin for the foreseeable future. Do you think you'll be back?
I really hope we will be. I love the city, and I think for all the staff that work here, there's nearly 150 of us based in our headquarters in Dublin. We'd absolutely love to see another event in Dublin.
Okay, well, Paddy Cosgrave, good luck with the upcoming few days, and good luck with the move to Lisbon, and we'll have plenty more from the Web Summit over the coming days.